So I'm going to kind of get out here on a Sunday morning and recap what we've done, where we're going with this car, which is basically we've gotten far, but we're going to just recap what we've done, get this camera turned around and show you where we're at with things and show you where we're going and how we got there. And then I'll throw an edit in here and show you the process as we've gone on to be where we are today. But here's where we are right now, and following this will be how we got here. We've got the front end mocked up, all assembled, the Scott's Hot Rods assembly. It's pretty nice. This is absolutely world-class craftsmanship that Scott's Hot Rods has provided us with. Great guys to work with. I've got zero complaints so far. We have realized as a team that now that we've got everything set up and mocked up, we're going to be calling Scott's back and getting these are the standard Willwood spindles. We're going to exchange them for the 2-inch drop spindle, which will, I think everybody knows what a drop spindle does, but instead of that spindle line being right here, it'll move that spindle center line up 2 inches to be right here, which will drop this cross member low, because you can see right now we're at about ride height, but and we want the cross member high off the ground, but 6 inches is probably pretty more than expected, I think. And we don't want to have to put the motor up too high, so we want to keep the we're going to keep, this is a representation of the center line of our wheel and tire as far as diameter goes. So we're going to keep the hub assembly where it is, but we're going to end up dropping this down 2 inches, which will give us, it'll drop the top of our frame rail down, which will essentially be easier to connect this joint to the frame rail that'll eventually go right here, or the rocker panel of the car. But that's going to happen next week. I got off the phone with Scott's this week, and we've got some plans to come back in here, and they're going to make our back half kit that's going to be complete with the Ford 9-inch and the Willwood brakes and Alden coilovers, yada, 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 all that good stuff. But we made this flange-to-flange tool to make an adjustable axle, essentially. In that adjustable axle, we'll be able to use this for other cars as well, but what it does is it bolts the wheels or our verified fab tools together to make an actual live axle that we can adjust the track width of. And what we did here was we slammed the car way lower than we were ever going to want to. Right now is at about our desired ride height, but we slammed the car way lower than we ever wanted to, and got it to where it was barely touching the inside fender well, and that would represent full compression. I don't ever want to see full compression on this car. It's going to have coilovers. I really don't want any rubbing or anything. So what we did was we put it up under full compression and got the axle as wide as we could, and then we dropped it back down to represent ride height. And once we are at ride height, we do have plenty of clearance in here for a substantial amount of up and down movement, and side torsional movement. When you turn either way and gas on it, it shouldn't rub. We're also going to come in with the measurements we're giving Scott's to be with the frame rails considerably in, to where we can do a couple of things with that. We can obviously have room for side-to-side movement should one side of the car go up or the other. This ain't going to come up just straight. It'll come up a little bit at an angle, so we won't want to rub anything. We won't want to hear any rubbing. We did that. But what that'll also do is that'll give us the opportunity to, if in the future this guy wants to run a different set of wheels and tires or wants a drag race look or something, he'll be capable of ordering another set of wheels and tires that's a little bit different offset for a whole different look should he want that. I don't think that's going to happen, but we do kind of try to see in the future as much as we can or foresee what we're doing. But that's where we're at right now. I'm really happy with the way things are progressing and turning out. Next step is going to be to do a little bit of repair on some of the bird cage in there. It's got a little rust hole. We'll close that back up, make it nice. And we're probably going to get this floor cut out. We've decided, well, it's obvious that once a drive shaft comes out of a rear end, we're above our transmission tunnel right now with the center line of it. So we already knew it, but that's going to indicate, raising the floor of the car for the drive shaft and the transmission. We knew that was going to happen. But after looking and going to everything, this is not ideal. There's some repairs in here that we're not happy with on the floor. And a lot of that stuff is glass. Some of it's metal. It doesn't matter. We're going to trim it. We're going to trim the whole floor out, rocker to rocker. And we're going to do a smooth, better looking, more uniform firewall and kick panels in there. So we'll take the floor out. We'll get the majority of the firewall gone. We will leave the mounts for the wipers because we do want serviceability and drivability in this car. So any componentry that we're doing, that the factory did, that works right, we want to retain that stuff. So we're going to. But the transmission tunnel is going to be bigger. Things are going to be sucked up in there a little higher. We'll probably end up with a Newport wiper motor, which is a smaller motor than what these cars came with. And that'll gain us some clearance. We'll definitely do manual brakes because we're just not fans of power brakes. We like the manuals, and Will would make some really nice stuff to do that. So that's what we'll do there. But the next step for us is going to be to get we got the Scott's rear end ordered. So once we get that, we'll mount that on our chassis table over here. But in the meantime, we're going to make our side rails. We're going to make our side rails out of the same square tubing Scotch uses. We'll make the side rails, we'll make the body mounts, and then that'll take this body off the cart. We'll have the floor removed. We'll transfer the body to the cart, and then that'll put these side rails on the cart. And once those side rails are on the cart, then we'll be able to start making our transition from the side rails to the Scott's front end with some more tubing. That'll tie all that together. By that time, Scott's will be back with the back half, and we'll be able to mate the back half onto the car in there. And that will give us a roller in the coming weeks. Of course, that won't give us any kind of cross members or strengthening bracing or anything, but it will give us a perimeter chassis where we can start filling in the blanks and working with, and that's going to be a major step forward. But we got to get those drop spindles. I'm not really sure. I'm not going to make excuses. We tried, and we're just sitting a little higher than we wanted to. That's just a lot of ground clearance. I'd rather have that cross member just a little bit lower to protect any kind of oil pan or anything. And, we just want the motor to sit as low as possible because we do want to keep a flat hood on the car. And that's about it. But let me show y'all how we have gotten here in the coming segments that I'll edit in here. And hey, we appreciate it. Please watch. This is just the Scott's front end after we got it together, bolted up and set on the ground and then on the bench. Nice piece, real nice piece. No. No, we're going to do a flat hood, so we can only go.
Was having it fucking just poking out the hood.
No, we're not poking nothing out the hood. I mean, that's about right on the wheel and tire fitment as far as what's going to look good sitting under there.
You have any renderings of gonna be rim rock in there?
Back up. Man, that's probably
That looks good to me.
that's probably about right.
And those rims your dad showed me, completely.
Next step, to mount the front end solidly, scroll it, roll it. Yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that'll work, man. And then what we have is some hub mounts that are accounted for the 26-inch tall, or whatever it was. What was it? 24.5-inch tall tire we're going to use. So we'll
I'll stick your thing under here.
got another piece that we made that'll be on total axle center line or spindle center line here across. So we'll set the front end up, hub to hub, and then we'll block the bottom piece up to get our ground clearance and our lower control arms level. And then we'll go from there. We'll get it set in and go from there. He's saying put the, yeah, that'll be nice. Gonna be too much to get you to make a little, cut us a little saddle that we could, like a little jack stand, isn't it?
What is it?
Say, to cut us, we'll put that on, we'll flip it over, put it on right, but then we'll be right.
We doing that.
What? We are.
Instead of working.
Well, I was just seeing what we're gonna do here. We'll get it set up, and then we'll, I was gonna say cut a piece to space it up.
On the bottom?
On the bottom, yeah, from the bottom. Yeah.
It fits between the two. It does. You did make sure it fits in the table, right?
No.
This dude,
No, I didn't.
look at that.
I've never done this before, Dylan. Maybe hold that bolt. Yeah.
Do this one.
Those got a little bit of a snap.
You just
but
square those up. Tighten them.
What, square, oh, square up the front and back?
Well, they're not square, yeah.
Just out of
They're
curiosity,
just sitting there.
why don't you slide those back some more where that cross member's right over. So, yeah, it is right over.
No, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, that's all center line.
Okay.
The cross
But
member.
back here, the way it was looking was.
The cross member. That's that cross member on the table is spindle center line.
Yeah, it is.
It should be.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You said the upright.
Could probably put the coilovers in it to see where they are. Maybe they'll want to push it down. Maybe they'll want to push it up. I mean, they'll want to do something to it without any weight on it.
They'll keep it up higher than it's supposed
They'll
to
keep
be,
it up
probably,
higher
if
than it's
anything.
supposed to be, yeah. But that is fixtured. A whole assembly assembled. That's cool. Now we can start running.
Yeah, we measured it and it was done.
That's not the case at all. So in order to get the accurate measurement for the rear end housing, I had the guys make me a flange to flange adjustable axle assembly that is adjustable, so we can dial it in totally correctly to get our accurate rear end measurement. And that'll be, we'll bolt it in. And we know we're going to be too short because of the measurements and the calculating we did. And we made this to where you can see that it'll go short or long by simply tightening a couple of set screws. So we'll take our simulated wheel tools off, bolt them to this, center it in the car, and then we'll adjust how far in and out it is. We'll lock everything down. We'll pull it out of the car, pull it out, pull a measurement, and then we'll have an accurate flange to flange measurement for our rear end. And that'll be real nice. So all that said, what's next? Well, here's what's next. The main thing we're going to do next is we're going to get some main rails under the rocker bars of that car. We're going to get that car up on the chassis table, and we're going to get the hub mounts and the simulated rear end housing set where it can all be held, just like we got the front end here. And Scott's will be getting the rear end done. That'll be here in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, we're going to get going on what we can with the chassis of the car. We're going to get some more of the floor cut out, and we'll get the engine and transmission bolted together and put on the table where we want in the car. And if we have some time in that, we'll start focusing on some of the motor as Scott's is doing the rear end, just so we can continue progress and continue making some headway. But anyhow, man, we appreciate it, and look forward to you in a week or two to get another video update of it. We'll have the car on the table by that point, and we'll have the motor and all in the table as well. We'll be set up to really rock and roll. It should be different next time. Thanks for watching, guys.